ISL Prime League.
People of the internet, the moment you've all been waiting for, again, as we have a rematch here in the elimination match. This is the final match of the night. One of these players will advance to the round of 8 playoffs. The other will go home with absolutely nothing to show for it except for the fact that they played some pretty damn good StarCraft and fought to the bitter end. The first player could be this guy in the bottom right, hailing from New Zealand. He is the Yellow Zerg player.
My insanity, Petraeus.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, our Cyan Terran. He's been making it happen. Will he continue that trend? This is...
Axiom Ryung.
Once again on Cactus Valley, but not cross-spawn positions this time. I don't know if it will make much of a difference, though, if Ryung, if he would care as much. You know, I feel like
sure.
maybe Petraeus might care more.
From
by the way
here,
that the bases are laid out.
From here, there's not going to be any like drops directly into the main base easily for Ryung. So if he wanted to go for a drop sort of style, that won't quite work out as nicely as if, say, he was spawning above Petraeus. But in this particular case, it's definitely a much shorter attack path. I don't know about... It is definitely shorter. I don't know by how much exactly. We do have, once again, double Reaper opening up for Ryung. Going to be following it up with the CC on the low ground.
Indeed. And the Reaper has already made its way to the main. That Queen is about halfway done. And this Reaper should be able to get a little bit of damage done. But Petraeus taking back that weakened one. Opted to go for 6lings this time and did not send any across the map. And I don't think he knows where Ryung is. He might have noticed where the Reaper jumped up from, but that's about it. Can he save it? You think he can?
Petraeus just barely getting vision of that supply depot, so he's got the intel that he needs. Factory now going to be coming down for Ryung. This is looking remarkably similar from the Ryung side of things to the first game on Cactus Valley that he played against Petraeus.
Yeah. The only thing that I worry about is when it comes time to take that 4th base for Petraeus, he's going to have to take it so far away unless he does want to take the chance of expanding closer here to Ryung on that bottom side.
Ryung trying to do that damage early with the Reapers once again. Again, everything is almost exactly the same as the previous game. Lings, they're getting low on HP, but not too many losses just yet. 4 Lings have gone down. It's annoying, but it's not impossible.
Yeah. So why do you think that Ryung pretty much went for this once again against Petraeus, and when he played off against Impact, I don't think he did the triple Reaper build. You know, it's one of those things where it's just like, I know how you play Impact, or just, I feel like I can exploit this a lot better against Petraeus because I feel like my control is superior.
I kind of am leaning more towards the second one, where he knows, I'm guessing when Impact was in the Axiom team house, Impact, at least outside of the team house, had those standout performances. He was the best player on that team, and I'm guessing that transferred over to the team house. Impact was the high-end player who probably slapped around a little bit the other guys. So I don't know to what degree, but I'm assuming it's, Ryung giving that bit of respect to Impact. He's like, hey, you're a better player than me. Petraeus, not so much. I'm going to dance around, maybe get a Banshee, try to do some damage that way. It's looking, once again, towards that 2-base Muta.
Yeah, he really favors this style, and it seems like it's either hit or miss. We'll see how much damage it is able to do. Impact had really good success with it, by the way, on, well, I guess it was the run-by that did it too, so if he is able to execute it similarly to Impact, should be able to get some good damage done, because Petraeus has been the one to kind of do the run-bys as well. I'd love to see it happen.
Armory starting up as the additional gases also do finish up. It's so similar to the previous builds that we've seen. Ryung, this guy, he figures out like very specific things. He mixed it up versus Impact. He tried some different openers, but this is almost again like spot for spot, 11 racks, 11 gas, all the way through to the approximate timing of the armory, the factories. He knows what kills Petraeus, and he is not changing, which in many cases is the sign of some very strong players who just execute nearly perfectly these builds, and they're just kind of like in that robot mode.
Yeah. So funny, like how he keeps on checking too. I don't think that he wanted to move out with those Hellions until he walled off. You notice how he kept the Hellions at home? He's like, I will not fall to another run by ever again. And then he put down the supply depot, and then he moved his Hellions out. Even checked over at the top left to make sure. But Petraeus' links were in a better position.
Definitely a good point. Reaper going to be jumping up into the base. +1 attack is on the way, and these Thors as well. Mutas, they're going to be winging their way over towards the base of Ryung. He has started some missile turrets. You mentioned that supply depot wall. It is actually down if those Lings wanted to take a venture over, but ooh, not quite.
Already a solid defense here from Ryung. The Viking and the turret.
Ooh.
Gonna get a Muta so low. You could target it down if you wanted to, but Petraeus has been known to pull back his weakened Mutas. Yeah, and there he goes. But the Thor pops out! Surprise! Mother trucker.
Got him.
Yep.
Nice down. Oh. That's 5 Mutas down. In some of the previous games against... Yep.
It happens when your 2-base Muta just does absolutely nothing. Wow, GG. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to game number 2 of the ASL Prime League. Well, the game number 2 of this final series of the ASL Prime League. We have this player who is fighting for his life. Well, they both are fighting for their lives, but oh boy, what do we have here? This guy is down by 1 game, facing elimination. He's representing New Zealand. He goes by the name of...
My Insanity, Petraeus.
While in the south, the Cyan Terran, he's a cheeky boy. This is...
Axiom Ryung.
Oh no, Cyber.
15 and a hatch, baby.
And Petraeus scouting the wrong way again, as Impact
did.
Well,
Ryung is also scouting the exact wrong direction, so that is a slight benefit. But I guess depending on, like, if the Marines are auto-rallied to the top right, then it's, like, not even a benefit.
Yeah.
It's only a benefit if it delays these Marines. And I guess it is, yeah. He's holding them, so...
He's just chilling, waiting to get that confirmation, and he will get the confirmation, and indeed is going to be a hatch first out of Petraeus, with no gas, actually.
Well, that's good. We have seen verse 2 racks. Some Zergs ended up going like hatch, gas, pool. Oh, man.
So the thing about holding this with gasless is a little different because you don't have the opportunity to counterattack. So
that's true.
I think you need like 2 spine crawlers for it, if you're able to recognize it early enough. Which you should notice it now.
Yeah. He definitely knows it now.
Drones.
Ling's going to be popping on out. 1 immediately gets killed. This bunker is almost ready to go halfway up. This closer bunker. A 3rd bunker goes down. 2 more Marines coming up to this location. This is going to be more than enough to fill 1 full bunker. And, 2 Lings trying to come down from the main.
They just can't,
Another gets picked off. And this Queen even.
This is not looking good here for Petraeus. He's losing everything that comes out of the hatchery. The Queen is still going to survive, though, but the 2 spine crawlers will get done soon. But is it even going to be enough here? Cyber, this is brutal.
Every Ling, as you mentioned, that tries to come out from that hatchery to do the damage just gets absolutely destroyed by these Marines, a couple are trying to escape to kill maybe an SCV or get out of this base. I think one might have almost escaped, but then it got shut down by the reinforcements. 2 bunkers full of Marines that Petraeus has to deal with.
Alright, well, he hasn't lost too many drones. He's lost a lot of the Lings, that's true. But, you know, he got his spine crawler up. The Queen is coming out. And now he can get into the range of that bunker. What are they shooting at? The spine crawler? Like, but I was looking at the hatchery. Oh, the eggs or something. Because I'm like, the hatchery is not taking any damage right now.
Mm-hmm. Trying to
Is that bunker in range? Is that bunker not in range of the hatchery?
It is not. Oh! Oh! Yeah, he's literally shooting larvae, trying to do the damage there. The spine crawler from the north, or from the main base, is going to be taking a lot of damage. The transfuse does go down. Petraeus may be able to break this with the link flooding in. Surround, and the hatchery stands with basically full HP.
Wow! So what looked like an absolutely dire situation is not looking so bad after all. All those Lings dying is no good, but if he can take out that bunker, he can stabilize here for a bit. But he still took a lot of damage from it. But it just means that the game is not completely over. Oh, finish him.
Oh, if he gets more drones. Gets himself like 1 or 2 drones. That's annoying. Only 1 drone, literally 1 drone has gone down for Petraeus. 42 Lings!
That is what I was thinking. Like, that is nuts. 42 slow Lings just running to their death, pretty much. They didn't do much of anything except for that last few that we're able to get.
I did not think it was that many.
No. But look at this, the ultimate way to follow up the 2 racks. Triple command center.
Yep.
Use one of them as the wall.
Yeah, man, you gotta do it in style. If you're gonna 2 racks, like, make sure you greed it up to make up for it, because Ryung is, of course, down on workers. He needs to make up for that with those mules. And, of course, producing 3 SCVs at a time will also be pretty darn nice.
Yeah. And, I mean, what is Petraeus going to do?
Roaches?
I think that would be the best choice, to be honest. Roaches, if he were to do it. Bailings are not going to break that. Space Muta, he could try something, but he is dropping it down. Oh, you know what I would love to see? I'd love to see the Rotinitis. There is a Marine patrolling, though, so he knows the possibility of it. But he doesn't have to. He could actually just go into a standard kind of game to an extent. But if he lets that 3rd command center go on, you know, that it's like, damn.
Is Ryung dirty enough? Ryung purchased a 3rd racks, and now he's using it to build a tech lab immediately next to that starport. And I'm like, Ryung, are you dirty enough to then go Banshees? Oh, he is. He is. That tech lab, wow. All right, we got Roaches +1 armor, +1 attack, and Roach speed also on the way. The layer finished up a little while ago. Armory also going to be coming down, but keep in mind it's already been, of course, double racks opening into a 3rd rack, so it could be more Hellbat Marine sort of shenanigans, Hellbat Banshee Marine shenanigans. There's lots of combinations involving those 3 units that Terrans can do.
Yeah, and it is going to even be Cloak. Roach is coming out for Petraeus with the 1-1 and the Roach speed. And with Banshees out, if he has multiple Banshees, especially with the bunker, the hold should be relatively easy. So Petraeus is going to invest in the giant timing here. He's not making any more drones for his 3rd. Feels like he needs to get some damage done, and he's going to go for it. It's going to be a big push here. Oh, and with Ryung's floating here to get the 3rd, this could be devastating, actually.
Depending on where the units are.
Yeah.
Because he's going to have 2 opportunities to defend, 2 different locations. And, let's see, 21 Roaches are currently out on the field, 4 more on the way, 6 more on the way. So it's going to be nearly 30 Roaches. These will be +1/+1 speed Roaches. And, yeah, if he catches out these forces, that's going to be a great start. Ryung doesn't know.
Neither of them.
No, he does now.
Oh, yeah. He's like, wait a minute, where are you guys going? And now the units are going to try to get as much damage as they can.
All right, the SCVs have been pulled for the defense. Roach is looking for the attack, but the Hellions going to be looking to roast away these Roaches ever so slowly as Marines finally getting that DPS. SCVs being held position in front of these Roaches. This is so much damage. GG!
Petraeus. Oh, after holding a crazy bunker rush, he is able to come back and take game number 2. Right, everybody, here we are on Coda, the last game. This is it. This is what dreams are made of. Over here, the foreign hope himself. Can he bring it back into this 2-1 victory after losing in the first series that he was in? It is going to be our Yellow Zerg from New Zealand.
My insanity, Petraeus.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, he was playing Cyan. Now he's red hot. The Red Terran. This is...
Axiom Ryung.
Ooh, well. Switching things up for the first time against Petraeus as far as openers go. Ryung is going to go and drop down that command center first.
He's banking on a hatch first opening, which is exactly right. The pool just now going to be going down for Petraeus.
Yeah, and is Petraeus going to be opening up gasless once again, or will he drop that gas and then get that scout, and then you know what Hydra did? Just said, hey, you going CC first? I'm just going to make a bunch of roaches, skip at speed, and go right in. I think it happened to him, to Ryung himself. Or was it Hart? Because Hart was...
May have been Hart.
Hart was in the group with them, yeah.
Yeah. Hydra definitely a scary Zerg, and Petraeus is going to be looking to channel that Zerg power for the win. Because as you mentioned, he's the foreigner hope. There are 7 out of 8 Koreans in the top 8 for ASL Season 5 playoffs. Prime League has traditionally been dominated. Other than Moss's run in Season 2, it's been dominated by Koreans. Ryung has an opportunity for redemption. He got 5-0'd in Season 3 by parting the champion in the finals. He wants the opportunity to say, hey, you know that 5-0? It doesn't matter because I won Season 5.
Yeah.
Petraeus, he's the foreigner hope. If he can take this, it'll be a great victory for him.
It would be. Either one of these players would be great. You know, it's just, see, I remember that day when Ryung did play against Parting, and he just like, oh, man, because we did like interviews and everything as well, so he definitely would love redemption. But look at this. Just what I was thinking. CC first, Petraeus recognizes it, and then he drops down the Roach Warren. He hasn't got speed yet. He's just going to pump out a few Roaches, maybe up to 7 or so. And there's only a bunker here with 2 Marines and an add-on being made, so that means no more production here out of Ryung. That's all you're going to be seeing here for quite the time.
Ryung is probably going to be going into factory reactored Hellions as well. So, he drops the 3rd command center.
Oh my god. Uh-oh.
Petraeus, foreigner hope. Foreigner
get
hope.
A lot of damage done here. There's no Reaper to get in there and scout and see what's going on. There's actually nothing on the map at all. Ryung playing is so blind and greedy at the moment.
He's got that SCV that's like way up in the corner.
On the barracks.
No, a tech lab.
I mean, that'll help eventually, but...
Eventually, but he needs something now, and it's like Stim, Marauders, those will help in the future. Oh, no.
SCV is going to scout, and what he sees is going to be 0 drones inside of the natural, and a lot of roaches at his natural. Where did the Marines go? Oh, it was a magnet! A magnet inside of the main, that Overlord, and now the roaches are going to get free reign in this natural and may even push it up into the main.
Petraeus has just about done it. He only needs to break Ryung just in a couple of moments. So many roaches at the front door. The first Marauder is going to pop out. in a couple of moments, but it's so little damage for Ryung. His tournament life is on the line. Will the Season 3 runner-up fall here in the round of 16?
Well, it's the Roaches here are not able to break through. He was not able to get into the main. He hesitated a bit when he did. So that is going to cost him a bit because it is triple command center. Petraeus needed to get into the main in order to make this like the most amazing opener. But it's just going to be good. You know, that's good. Set Ryung back by 15 workers, but he is not out of it. He's not out of it yet.
The power of triple orbital will certainly carry Ryung to victory if it is victory for Ryung. That will certainly be a testament to that power of Terran. And I guess, you know what? In the future, that may not be able to, the power of triple mule won't be able to really carry you because there will be 0 mules.
People are talking about it already. It's definitely been a hot topic on Reddit.
Well, that's the patch that just went live, right?
Yep.
Was that
the mules and the injects and the chrono boost?
Very interesting changes. Racks 2 and 3 going to be finishing up. Double engineering bay at the front. Now, I mention that at the front mostly because if we end up seeing like 2-2 get canceled by, you know, like some sort of roach attack, that could be a huge deal for Ryung. Those exposed engineering bays may come back to bite him, you know, sometime later.
And this is so cool that he's going for bio off of this. The first time that he's gone for bio this whole game, or the whole series, and Petraeus is just blindly going for roaches no matter what. As he's kind of he's fallen to mech so many times, he's almost going to just assume it. And,
can't blame him.
Yeah, cannot at all. With tanks coming out, though, it's like, you still can die to roaches, you know. Just because you make a few siege tanks doesn't mean that all of a sudden you're safe from a big roach timing attack, especially after taking such damage in the beginning.
Ryung gets eyes on the roaches in the middle of the map. That Hellion sacrifices itself. A bunker going to be finishing up in a couple of moments. He's already pulled the SCVs. He knows what needs to happen. This tank is his anchor. It's his mainstay of defense. Going to try to burst down the supply depot, but the repair is good enough. Inside the bunker is a Marauder, and the tank gets one shot off. Now over at the third of Petraeus. Hellions are like, hey, let's kill some... Oh, there's nothing here.
There's nothing there at all. And a full wall off here at the natural. Oh, some drones are going to get taken out, though.
Transfer, boys.
I would even love to see... if Petraeus felt like he could break in, instead of going for the depot, just go for the debris. And that roach just... Bit of moonsault.
Petraeus, he steps forward, he just takes some damage, and then he's forced to run away. He's like, I guess I can't break that. Maybe I should wait for my Baneling nest to finish. Immediately, pretty much, speed starts for those Banes.
And now the upgrades are going to be coming. He is going to get the melee, so Roach Bane style is going to be what he wants to do. May even drop a Spire at some point to get those Mutas or Corruptors out, depending on how he wants to play it. Whatever style that he wants to play. And, well, the Roach attack was a failure, you know. He wasn't able to do it. And the best time to try to attack, if he did have enough, would be to go now, especially with all of these units moving out and the siege tanks getting out of siege mode. But I don't even know if he has enough units to deal with that attack. Or force. It's a lot of units that Ryung has. And they have the 1-1 upgrade already.
And Ryung, he's like, I could take a passive third, or I could take the aggressive third. He's like, I want full aggression. This guy tried to roach me? I'm going to show him. I do not believe in a thing called roach. I do not believe it can beat me.
Yeah, that's what he's thinking. Cannot let Ryung get this position. Petraeus is going to get his Baneling speed out, so he will be able to go and maybe get a good trade here. There's only a few more sieges that he can allow Ryung to do before it is going to be in that danger zone where everything that comes out of Petraeus' main, natural, and third are going to meet here into a giant shelling of these tanks, and he's doing it for now. Oh,
all
flank,
right,
though.
Here's the big pull-in. Marines aren't getting pulled necessarily away from the Banglings, but that's a fair number of roaches now on top of the tanks. The supply is going to stand strong for Ryung. He's currently holding, again, those tanks, anchoring him so well. The numbers not on Petraeus' side.
No, the army values are very, very similar.
Oh, no.
I wonder what happened to Ryung's worker count. I don't know if he missed something, but a lot of workers are down there for Ryung. He doesn't have a lot at home as far as economy goes. So if Petraeus can gather all of his forces and finally blow this whole this composition away, then he should be okay. And I think he might be able to do it.
Okay, that's the assault. Yeah, that's the assault that Petraeus needed. He's going to be able to lose, well, he's going to be able to take out the tanks without losing too much. Now, I do know that some of the SCVs were indeed pulled. There's the GG Petraeus. 2-1 against Ryung to advance out to the round of 8.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.